Okay, once again, you are now listening to the Paul McGUIRE Report. This is Paul McGUIRE. Wherever you are on planet Earth, wherever you are in the good old USA, you're now listening to the Paul McGUIRE Report. So this is what I want to bring before your eyes, because I think most of you are experiencing this on one level or another, and I know I'm experiencing it on a big level. Let's simply take how many years you've been alive. Okay, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, or older. Wherever you are in the time frame of life, that when you analyze that, that is how long you've been around, and you're able to see, or you're able to remember to whatever degree. You remember what things used to be like in America. How people acted in America, what was suitable on television in America, what it was like before cell phones and the internet in America. So, depending upon how long you've been alive, that's going to bring before your mind just how big the changes are. So let me condense this and make it bite-sized and chewable and really easy to absorb with no thinking. I mean, let's take a complex thought and pow, put it into a little miniature thought. For somebody like me, and I see what's on TV, I see how people are acting. When I see the behavior, the language, the content of the movies on television, episodic TV, the content of the promotions, the content of the pop singers, female and male, rock singers, rock stars, hip-hop, rap, country, all of the episodic TV again, all of these inputs, what I'm experiencing and what almost all of you are experiencing to different degrees is you remember when people used to act and think and believe kind of one way, and now everything is like changed in a big way, and people don't act that way anymore. They've created, here's a magic bullet term, they've created what they call in psychology a new norm. Whether they're conscious of it or not, people have sought out subconsciously to create a new cultural norm or normal for themselves. Now, I've written about this in numerous books like Conquering the Matrix, A Prophecy of the Future of America, The Greatest Battle for the Hearts and Minds of Mankind in the History of the World, and Power from On High. It's a central theme in my teachings because you can't understand what's going on in America and the world and planet Earth unless you understand. You don't have to understand all of them, but you need to understand at minimum at least a fair number of what I call bullet point principles. So one bullet point psychological principle is what is known as the new norm or the new normal. It's a psychological principle that goes like this, that people, men and women, from all different age, race, ethnic groups, etc., when it comes to making a choice about how they will act, what kind of behavior they accept, what their morals are for, where they don't believe they need morals, what they believe, what they don't believe, what their actions are, or what their apathy is. All of these factors are contingent upon what people subconsciously, not consciously. See, if you think we're in a spiritual war for the conscious mind, you're going to lose it. You and I are involved in a massively dangerous spiritual warfare that will determine the very fate of your life and my life, our children and grandchildren, and America itself. Make no mistake about it. So, we've learned over and over again on the Paul McGUIRE Report and through my books and teachings that a primary psychological determining factor is when people, as they always do throughout history, they choose what is going to be the collective normal or the collective new normal. And whatever the people, whatever the masses of people perceive to be their new normal or the normal, the way the normal is established, the way the new normal is established, is there must be like kings, queens, celebrities in every given culture. These are the people that everybody else wants to imitate. They want to imitate the way they dressed, the way they talk, what kind of cars they drive, what kind of homes they have, what kind of careers. They want to be just like this in-group of people with their morals or lack of morals. People will defer. They'll stop putting any importance on their individual selves, and they will blindly follow, a handful of uneducated. Remember, most actors in Hollywood didn't even graduate from grammar school. You know that, right? Yet they are the top of the new normal or the normal. Whatever they say, despite the fact that they have no education, no qualifications whatsoever, they have no business belonging in a situation of leadership. So, what we have is we have millions of housewives and women, single women, men from all different jobs and stuff, and they have in the back of their mind the man or the women or the men and women that they secretly look up to, that they secretly think are cool, that they secretly want to be like. It's like an imitation game or a copycat game. Now we're cracking open the door of psychological behavior. You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. What inevitably influences you and me and everybody you know, Christian or non-Christian, conservative or liberal, what the most powerful motivating factor is in every single one of our lives is the following. Every one of us has a whole set of heroes, if you will. Men and women that we secretly admire and that we want to be like. They are like the idealized us. Well, we'll never admit it. We won't even admit it to ourselves, but it's true. They're like our idealized selves. And they represent what is called, in psychological terms, our normal or new normal. So people will do just about anything to fit in. Whatever they're going to do, they don't want to rock the boat. They want to protect. Now really zoom in on this word. They want to protect their idols. Really, when you go way, way down deep, it's all about idols, idolatry, the power of demonic powers that work through idols. It's not an accident that our nation works through idols. It's not an accident that the entire entertainment industry, the entire demonic energy system that drives much of that industry, is energized by demonic idols like the Academy Awards golden statue is like the proverbial idol. A person will change their politics, change their sexuality, change their ideology, change their religion, reject their God, worship a new God. They will do all of those things if they think that by doing those things that the idol, the Academy Award winning gold idol will then confer upon them some kind of magical powers, magical wealth, and magical awards and magical favor. So they will do anything. They will bow and worship that idol like you wouldn't believe. But they'll never call it that. That becomes an unconscious new normal for people. So people feel safe psychologically. People feel like they're sane. People feel like they will be accepted. They'll be employed. It will stay. People will feel very strongly like their psychological equilibrium, their psychological balance will be maintained, which means on a deeper level, people will feel experientially that they're accepted, that they're loved, that they're admired, that they're approved of, that they're part of the group. There's all of these very, very powerful whirlpools of psychological dynamics and psychological thoughts that impact all of us. None of us escapes these riptides of emotion, loneliness, approval, self-esteem. This isn't just psychobabble stuff. This is why you can take a running shoe, a beer, an energy drink, whatever you want to get, and it can have low sales or no sales, but if you get the right celebrity who represents the spirit of the product to pitch and promote, wear, dress, drink, and consume that product, the sales, the consumption of that product will skyrocket. Just look at what Nike did with their Just Do It campaign and basketball and the Lakers and all these other teams. They call it in-depth psychology. These in-depth psychologists know how to manipulate the frontal lobe of our brain. It's the frontal lobe of our brain that can turn on our focus, our intensity, our passion. It can both work with the left brain and work with the right brain. It's an amazingly powerful component of our brain power, the frontal lobes. It can cause cult-like behavior, but it can also cause genius-like performance. So, knowing all of that, don't kid yourself. The ancient secret societies, the occult secret societies, like the Rosicrucians, the Freemasons, the Masons, Skull and Bones, all of this, they understand at the deepest levels the occult origins and the secret power available to people that are willing to tap into Luciferian Freemasonic forces like certain symbols will accelerate sales and influence, certain dates, certain numbers. And so it comes back to you create this elite group that everybody wants to emulate, everybody wants to follow, and you feel safe and secure. You feel complete. You feel whole. You feel powerful. These are primal feelings. You feel like you belong. You feel literally like you're chosen, like you're a chosen one. You will feel all of those things and more at a very heightened level of awareness when you dress like, act like, imitate the behavior of, the politics of, the philosophies of the new normal people and normal people that you worship as your idols. Yeah. It's not just demonic power that these things channel, but they channel what Carl Jung referred to as archetypical forces in both the DNA of the human race and archetypical forces that goes down from generation to generation that resides in the dark, secret places of consciousness of the human race. Satan is a master manipulator. Remember that. When we read about the devil, it talks about how the devil goes about looking or evaluating whom he can destroy. He's looking for psychological warfare information. And the devil is seeking to destroy his potential targets. He can't just take down anybody. They have to be like pre-selected. And the devil has amazing, out-of-bounds expertise in areas like not only PSYOPs, psychological operations, but the devil is a master of initiating things that are described in the Bible as the wiles of the devil, the schemes of the devil, the strategies of the devil. If we're going to win in the spiritual warfare, we have got to be up to speed in engaging at the highest level of expertise. We have to be champions. We have to be overcomers.